Hey guys, Tyson with Golf Ascending. As you guys can see, a little bit of a different setup here. I am actually in my backyard because today is the day I'm getting a putting green installed. I've had quite a bit of time to think about it. I've always wanted a putting green to be able to practice putting, chipping, you know, the whole shebang. So today's gonna be a little bit different, but I wanna take you guys through some of my plans and what I have in mind, as well as the actual process of it happening. So let's get into it. I'm gonna show you guys a little bit more. All right, so this is the backyard. As you guys can see, it's not the biggest of backyards, but with optimizing a little bit, putting a putting green, it'll be very accessible, very usable. So as you guys can see, we've got it kind of framed out right here. My wife and I just barely added this slab of pavement here, this little curvy part. And what we did, so the putting green's actually gonna go over here in this corner and along the side of the house. So what we did, we actually just added this mow strip here to kind of divide out. And we're gonna have about a 3-hole green here. And these timbers right here, these are going to be like a trellis, provide a little bit of shade, hang potted plants, etc. And then walking over here is the side yard. So actually, I'm gonna do over here, we're gonna have in between the two window wells, there's gonna be a little chipping tee box area that you can chip to the green over here. And then I'm actually adding a 2-hole green over here. So I'll actually get this drawn out so you guys can see. I'll throw up some pictures, but this is essentially it. So this is the view from the tee box. So this is where it would be here. And then you could chip to, I believe I'll have 2 holes that are visible here. And then the tee box from this side. So tee box, and then 1 hole and 2 holes. So one thing I want to say about this side yard, I don't know if you guys can see, super small, and really you're not able to use it very well. So most people in my neighborhood, they actually just fill it with gravel, you know, maybe put like a planter box or something like that. So I wanted it to be more useful, maintenance free, look pretty all year round. So this is what we're doing back here. Got the wife's approval. If you guys need that, just, you know, use the argument that, hey, this looks pretty all year round, 0 maintenance, and you know, for a space as small as this, you know, you can't really ask for more. Hey guys, as you can see behind me, we've got the road base, or whatever material they're using to kind of shape the green, compact it, make it nice and firm. Still haven't figured out the GoPro situation yet. I have it all set up now so that we can get kind of like a time-lapse going, and you guys can actually see them work on the green, kind of how it's done. But yeah, not much happened, I guess, so we didn't really miss much here. But let's jump to the time-lapse. Hey guys, as you can see behind me, the putting green is done. So let's go check it out. All right, guys, I am pretty excited about how this thing turned out. I think one of the reasons why I always wanted a putting green in my backyard is that it is probably the closest that I will ever be to be able to design my own golf course. And so I kind of got the hands-on experience of actually, drawing something up, working with the, room that I had in my backyard, as well as making it functional and fun and, a family type environment. So I'm actually going to take you through a couple of the areas that I had to think through a little bit. We did have to deal with some hiccups along the way. I'll tell you guys some of those and what they were and how we solved them. But overall, I mean, can you really ask for more? Backyard putting green. So anyways, let's get to it. I'll tell you guys some of the things that went along in the project. Now, one of the things that I love about this green is we've got a 2-cut fringe. So see how we got this little shape around here? So we've got first cut, which is like just fringe turf, and then we've got like a rough. I really liked this because it brought contours to the green and gave it some character. So if you kind of follow it along, see we've got some lines that kind of shape the green a little bit. And I like this because this is kind of like a little collection area. I can chip from here or here. You kind of see this kind of thing on golf courses. I also got another one over here, as you can see, another little collection area. So I love the contours and the shape that it gives the green and really just frames it. So super happy with that. Definitely look into doing a 2-cut fringe if you are doing a putting green. All right, so one of the things we had to deal with was this edge. It got built up a lot, and as you guys can see in that time lapse, they had to bring a lot of material in to bring it up. And the reason for that is because the next door neighbor over here, their land is a lot lower. So we had to build it up, make sure that I could get kind of the breakage that I wanted here. And I actually wanted this back part, the high point, so that I could putt up to it, with a little bit of break and putt downhill. That way my balls kind of stopped before the fence. So as you guys can see, if I get down really low right here, we have a pretty steep incline. So not a huge deal. We would have drainage down this way anyway, but we did have to build it up. So I think maybe if in the future, if you are doing something like this where you're working with low ground over here and you want it high, you might want to dig down, but for my purposes, I'm really happy with what we've got. Now, one thing that I want to mention about this fence line right here, so this is the one where the land drops off in the neighbor's house further down. So what we actually had to do is we actually put treated 2x4s along the posts. That way they could bury road base up next to the 2x4 and build it up a little bit. So that way it wasn't such a huge incline. We are dealing with a little bit of an incline there, but it would have been more severe if we didn't have those treated 2x4s buried beneath here. Also along this fence right here, we've got 2x4s in the corner because that's where the land drops off. But then along the whole side here, we've got a metal edging This is basically just to keep, you know, everything that's theirs away and everything that's mine in. I avoid flooding from sprinklers and things like that, so everything's retained into my yard. So right here we have a little drain. This actually comes from this little drain pipe right here. The guys actually buried it and stuck a drain here. That way it kind of went with the aesthetic. Yeah, they were working on that for a little bit, but happy that they did that. So I talked earlier about this little collection area for chipping off the short grass and the long grass. But one thing that I didn't realize that I was doing as I was creating this, not only can I chip, you know, to the green this way, but I can actually chip across the window wells to that green. So if I want a longer chip, I can chip from here or the rough, or I can go to the tee box and chip. And we actually have the same kind of thing on this side. And I get that same kind of look right here. So we've got the 2-cut fringe that I can chip to, obviously the flags over here, but I can chip to those 2 flags. So really versatile, really cool. I'm really just trying to use all the space that I can. All right, so right here, we've got the tee box. Now, originally, this was actually going to be a chipping pad, kind of like the ones at the driving range. I actually elected just to go with the fringe turf here, so just the shorter grass. It actually saved me money, and I think it flows a lot better with the overall project. So, really like that about it. And as you guys can see right here, we do have a 2-cut fringe as well around the small green. You know, this small green is actually really great. In this little corner of the house here, it's actually shaded basically all day. So if it's really hot outside, this is going to be shaded. And I mean, for heaven's sakes, this, you know, little area right here, what else would we put here? So I am super happy with it. It would have been unkept, untidy, and just a pain in the heck to keep up. So this is going to take care of that. And I just love having this. Hey guys, thanks for watching the video. That about does it for the putting green. I am super excited to start using this thing, working on that short game. I'll actually throw up some B-roll of me hitting some putts and some chips on the screen to kind of show you guys what the breaks look like, what the speed looks like. Nothing too severe on the breaks or anything. I didn't want, you know, humongous breaks, humongous turns my putts, just because I wanted to make sure I just get my stroke down. So anyways, look for that up here. Also, if you guys have any questions, if you guys are planning on doing a putting green, or you want to know how to afford one or whatever, you know, drop a comment down below. Let me know. I love designing greens. I love designing this green specifically. If you have any questions about design, reach out to me. Love to help you guys out. So this putting green actually was installed by Backyard Greens, just out of Linden, Utah. So they do stuff all over the United States. But yeah, if you guys have any questions about them or whatever, we'll drop a link down below. But yeah, thanks for watching. Hit that thumbs up, subscribe. Me and Brady upload golf content every week. We'll see you next time.